Hey yo, what's up, Red Nation? And today I am bringing you my bracket video. I was not able to see Selection Sunday last night. I had work and all this other stuff, but anyway, this is the full bracket of all the teams that are in the NCAA tournament this year. As you can tell, I'm just going through here. It's mostly taken up by bad teams, but anyway, I'm really excited to do this. This is my first ever bracket video that I'm doing. I've done plenty of brackets in the past, but I've never done one on video, so this should be interesting to see what you guys think about my bracket. Terms-wise, anyway, let's get right into this. I'm going to start with the first four teams. In the first matchup, Vanderbilt versus Wichita State. I'm going to go Wichita State. Florida Gulf Coast or Fairleigh Dickinson. To tell you the truth, I'm going to go with Fairleigh Dickinson. Because I believe that they're going to upset Florida Gulf Coast. Michigan or Tulsa. I'm going to have to go with Tulsa. Finally, for the first one, Southern or Holy Cross. I'm going to go with Holy Cross. That's a huge risk in the first four, but unless I got them past going the first round, then they're not going to really matter that much. All right, so let's start off in the South. Kansas or Austin Peay. I don't believe there's going to be a 16 seed upsetting, so I'm going to go with Kansas. Because Kansas has had a pretty dominant year, and they're pretty much the only true team that could make it to the Final Four. Colorado or Connecticut. I'm going to go Uconn. Maryland or South Dakota State. I'm going to go Maryland on this one. California or Hawaii. Hawaii, they really haven't faced anybody good. But you never know, they could turn it up. But I'm going to go with California on this one. That probably looks terrible, but I don't care. Arizona or Wichita State. I had Wichita State taking out Vanderbilt. And I actually have them upsetting Arizona. So I think Wichita State is going to make a turn into NCAA tournament. Miami or Buffalo. I'm going to go with Miami. Iowa or Temple. I'm going to say Temple on this one. Villanova or UNC Asheville. I'm going to have to go with Villanova. All right, moving on into the West. Oregon or Holy Cross. Oregon is surprisingly a #1 seed. I'm pretty shocked about that. I did not expect that. St. Joseph's or Cincinnati. I'm going to go with St. Joe's on this one. Because Cincinnati, they lost to Uconn, and that game was crazy, and I don't think Cincinnati's going to have the firepower that they had. Baylor or Yale. I'm going to go Yale on this one because Yale, they had a dominant season. And also, Baylor got upset about Georgia State. I don't think they're going to have the talent like they had last year. So I think Yale is going to upset them this year. Duke or UNC Wilmington. I'm going to go Duke because I feel like they have more firepower with Grayson Allen and Brandon Ingram, and they're just going to power through UNC Wilmington. Texas or Northern Iowa. Oh, that's a tough one. Texas, they lost their conference. Northern Iowa won theirs. I say Northern Iowa is going to move on to the next round. Texas A&M or Green Bay. I'm going with Texas A&M. Oregon State or VCU. I'm going VCU, another upset. And then Oklahoma or CSU, I'm going to go with Oklahoma. So that fills out this side of the bracket. Moving on to the other side, we got North Carolina, Florida Gulf Coast, or Fairlawn Dickinson. I'm going to go with UNC. Next one, USC or Providence. I'm going to go Providence. Indiana or Chattanooga. I'm going to go Indiana on this one. Kentucky or Stony... Oh my gosh, you already know. I got to go for my Kentucky Wildcats. I got to. Notre Dame or Michigan or Tulsa. I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
I don't know.
West Virginia or SF Austin. Tell you the truth, another upset. I'm going to go with SF Austin. I feel like they could do something in this tournament. Wisconsin or Pittsburgh. I'm going with Pittsburgh because Wisconsin, they really haven't impressed me, and I really don't think they deserve to be a 7th seed, so I feel like Pittsburgh is going to upset them. Then Xavier and Weber State. I'm going to go with Xavier on this one. They have been unstoppable this season, and I feel like they can pull off an underdog run in this tournament. Next one, Virginia or Hampton in the Midwest. I'm going to go Virginia. Texas Tech or Butler. Butler has always been a Cinderella team, so I'm going to go with Butler. Upsetting Texas Tech on this one. Next one, Purdue or Little Rock. I got another upset. I think Little Rock is going to pull it off. Iowa State or Iona. I think Iowa State's going to move on to the next round. Seton Hall or Gonzaga. Now this is a tough one because Gonzaga and Seton Hall, they're just it's going to be a back and forth match. They're two clash of the Titans right there, but I think Gonzaga is going to come out with the upset. I think they're going to move on to the next round. Utah or Fresno State. I'm going to go with Utah. Dayton or Syracuse. To tell you the truth, Syracuse has not been dominant, but they always have been a tournament team, but I don't think they're going to do it this year. I think Dayton is moving on to the next round. And then they got Michigan State and Middleton. I'm going to go with Michigan State on this one. And that is the end of the first round. Moving on to the second round, Kansas and Uconn. I'm going to go with Kansas. Maryland or California. Tell you the truth, I think Maryland is going to upset them. I think they're going to move on to the next round. Wichita State or Miami. Like I said, Wichita State, they've always been a tournament team. So I feel like Wichita State is going to move on to the Sweet 16. Temple or Villanova. Villanova. Oregon or St. Joe's. Oregon, they've really surprised me this year. I feel like they're going to pull the upset against St. Joe's. But who knows, St. Joe's, they could be a Cinderella team. But I really feel like Oregon is going to take it over this year. Yale or Duke. Duke, they've lost to pretty big teams so far this season. And they really haven't impressed me. So I think Yale is going to pull off the huge upset. And they're going to take out Duke. Duke really hasn't impressed me. They lost to Notre Dame in the ACC conference semifinals or quarterfinals or whatever. So if they can blow a lead like that, I think Yale has a chance. Texas A&M and Northern Iowa. I'm going to go Texas A&M. VCU or Oklahoma. Even VCU's run is going to come to an end. I don't think they're going to have the firepower this year, especially without their coach. UNC or Providence. I think North Carolina is going to move on to the next round. Indiana or Kentucky. Obviously Kentucky. Notre Dame or SF Austin. I think Notre Dame.
What's up, Jared? What are you doing?
Is going to move on to the next round. Next round, Pittsburgh or Xavier. I say Xavier. It's going to move on to the next round. Virginia or Butler? Tell you the truth, Butler, like I said, Cinderella team. I think they're going to take up the upset, and they're going to move on to the Sweet 16. Little Rock or Iowa State? I'm going to say Iowa State. Utah or Gonzaga? I'm going to go with Utah on this one. Dayton or Michigan State? Michigan State, they lost to Iowa twice. They lost to Iowa twice, which is pretty big. So I think Dayton can do it. I think they can move on to the next round. So that is the Sweet 16. Moving on to the Elite 8. I think Kansas is going to take out Maryland. Wichita State or Villanova. I think Wichita State is going to head to the Elite 8, and it's going to be the battle for Kansas. Oregon or Yale. I think Oregon is going to win that matchup. Texas A&M or Oklahoma. Texas A&M has really surprised me so far this season, so I really think Texas A&M is going to go to the Elite 8. Moving on to the next one. Kentucky, even though you're my favorite team, your run comes to an end. No, not yet. No.
Make up your mind, Jared.
Kentucky, I say, is going to upset North Carolina. Notre Dame or Xavier. I think Notre Dame is going to win. Going on. I think Butler is going to make it to the Elite 8 and face Utah. Moving on to the Final Four, Kansas and Wichita State. I say Kansas. And then over here, Texas A&M versus Kansas. Over here on this side of the bracket. And on this side, Kentucky and Notre Dame. I think Kentucky is going to pull off, and they're going to go to the Final Four, and that's about it. And then Butler and Utah.
You spelled Bolter.
Shut up. I don't care. I think Utah is going to make it. And then for the championship game, Kansas versus Kentucky. I think Kentucky's going to pull off something historic, and they're going to make it to the championship. Somehow, some way, I don't know. I think it's going to happen. And then your national champions, Kansas. And I say the score is going to be
Just give your bracket to me tomorrow.
70-65. So that is my full and completed bracket. I think Kentucky's going to pull off an historic run, and they're going to win the the NCAA championship. Hopefully, somehow, some way. Hopefully, this is all correct. I'm feeling pretty confident this year. So hopefully, you guys enjoyed my bracket video. Leave likes, comments, subscribe to my channel. Do what you guys do. Don't forget to check out Special 24's channel. Don't forget to check out my vlog videos. Be sure to check out JAC's channel because we're about to start filming videos soon. So next time, guys, I will see you all later.